What's going on, everyone? So one of the things that Dorian Finney Smith has brought to this Lakers team is just an absolute dog. I mean, this guy does everything out there on the basketball court, from rebounding to defending to, hitting threes. Like, he has been everything the Lakers have needed, wanted, and hoped for, and then some. Right? He has been our best plus minus since coming to the Lakers, and it's not by accident. Right? It's not like the D'Lo situation. Right? So like D'Lo was our best plus minus on the team, and LeBron is actually our worst. But like, look, we're not better without LeBron, and D'Lo wasn't so good. Right? There's a lot that goes into plus minus. A lot of people think, and just based on comments that I get and stuff like that, a lot of people seem to think that plus minus is like an individual stats based on like your individual performance, but it's not. It's based on numerous factors, right? Obviously how he's playing, but like how's the unit that he's in with, right, playing? How is the opposing people playing at that point, right? It's like, what's the differential when he's on the basketball court, but everyone else that's involved, right? So Dorian Finney-Smith, him being out there and having a positive impact regardless on some of these units, but also just watching the games, you can see the difference, right? I mean, I said from the moment we got him, this is a guy that 90% of his work isn't going to show up in the box score, right? He'll have some games, he'll have some nice nights, he'll have some nice moments. He'll get you, double-digit scoring and knock down a couple threes and do some things, right? He's done a much better job. He's getting more comfortable out there, attacking closeouts. There we go. Hitting the 3-point shot. His shot's starting to come back around, right? Yeah, he struggled early. But he really has starting to come around and hitting more threes and just being the guy we needed him to be, right? And that's huge. But the Lakers really need more dogs. Lakers really need other guys besides Dorian Finney-Smith, right? Like, now, Jared Vanderbilt, he is expected to return in a couple weeks. He is supposed to be reevaluated in a week. And then after he is reevaluated in a week, hopefully we'll have some more news, have another update and answer. Now, reevaluated doesn't mean he'll return in a week. Reevaluated just means they're going to look at him and see how he's doing. Now, he has started on-court activities. He's done 5-on-5s with the coaching staff. Next step is supposed to be getting kind of acclimated with the team, playing against the team, and starting to ramp up towards that direction, which I would be all for. Obviously, you want to take your time bringing Jared Vanderbilt back, right? But we need him. And we need him badly, right? Like what you saw in that Dallas Mavericks game, that performance, that display or lack thereof, just embarrassing, right? Like Dorian Finney-Smith was one of the few guys that showed up in that game. Now, you and you bring in like a Jared Vanderbilt to add to that, right? Now you have Vando and his effort, his energy, and just what he can do on the basketball court. Obviously, it's probably going to take him a little time to kind of get into the swing of things, but I'm excited, like genuinely excited, right? Now, obviously, Jared Vanderbilt isn't without his flaws and all that, but just to give you that guy that you don't question his effort, you don't question his energy, you know what he's going to bring every night, you know what he's going to show up and do, and to have him slot alongside Jared Vanderbilt or Dorian Finney-Smith, I mean, defensively, once Jared Vanderbilt gets back to being the guy we know he can be, oh, man, good luck everybody else, right? Like, it's just, I like, these are the things that I'm just like, oh, man, maybe the Lakers could be actually a good basketball team, right? I mean, they're a good basketball team, but not great. Now, look, Jared Vanderbilt by himself, again, doesn't make them a contender, right? Like, Jared Vanderbilt all of a sudden doesn't come in and now he's the cure-all, Lakers are the best team in the league. No, but they would be a lot better. But if you can get that other guy, if you can go in and find a guy that you can, like, that's why I keep talking about, like, getting another guy or two. Look, I want a center for the Lakers, but I still don't believe that that's the biggest priority, right? I really do believe, even if Jared Vanderbilt does come back, gets back to being full-fledged Jared Vanderbilt, you still need, in my opinion, another legit kind of two-way guy, another dog. Right? I really want to see the Lakers go out, get another dog. I'm not saying you don't get a center, right? Like, but I don't think you need that high-end center, right? Like, Nikola Vucevic. I'd love to have Nikola. Don't get me wrong. If the Lakers end up trading for him, beautiful. I'll be pumped. I'll be excited. We'll talk about it, right? I will hype him up as high as anyone can hype him up, right? But I think you're fine with just getting like a serviceable, like again, if you can get a Day'Ron Sharpe or Nick Richards, or ideally in a perfect world, a Walker Kessler. I wouldn't mind like a Robert Williams. Robert Williams is another guy he's just that dog, right? He's just that guy that just get in there. Obviously you can make an argument. He's like everything the Lakers need. His problem is just can he play more than 20 games, right, without hurting himself. But I really want those guys out on the perimeter. I really want like I've talked about a Bruce Brown. Like people will Tyler, why are you so big on Bruce Brown? Because one, he is that dog, but two, he's a guy that can defend multiple positions. He can do multiple things on the basketball court, right? Works well off ball. His best season was alongside Jokic. It's not a coincidence, right? Like, imagine him alongside LeBron James and Anthony Davis. It's hard to judge somebody when they're on a terrible team and, they just got back from injury, but also Bruce Brown doesn't have the injury history, right? Like, if he had, this extensive injury history, I'd probably feel a little different, right? But he doesn't, right? Like, you look at, like, Alonzo Ball or Malcolm Brogdon. Like, yeah, those two guys are actually better options, in my opinion, better fits. Like, both guys shoot better and all that. But, again, can they play more than 20 games, right? Like, Malcolm Brogdon is ideal. I actually think, if the Lakers could get Lonzo pre-injury, right, or a version of Lonzo pre-injury, like, say, 80% of that, I actually think Lakers would be a contender. Because at that point, you have size, shooting. Like, Lonzo shot, 43% from three-point range on, 7 attempts, right? So you'd have, 3-point shooting, defense, size, athleticism. You'd have everything. I think, genuinely, Lakers would be a contender at that point with just Lonzo, right? But can he get back to being that Lonzo? That's the question. And again, can he play more than 20 minutes a game without falling apart? Can he play, more than 20 games without falling apart? Like, all these things are real questions, are real concerns. But Lakers really need another dog or two, right? Like, Bruce Brown and a Robert Williams, I think makes this team a contender, right? Assuming guys stay healthy, right? Again, obviously, a Nick Richards, again, he's another guy that I really like. You get him and a Bruce Brown. Colin Sexton is another guy that's a dog, but just defensively, he just doesn't get after it, right? It's just getting him engaged. I really like Colin Sexton, but can he focus his defensive energy, right? Like, he has games and moments where he's really good, but it's just him consistently putting that together on a nightly basis, right? Like, Lonzo, Malcolm Brogdon, those guys I'd love to have, but we need, obviously, another trade. We need some more help. Lakers, reports came out that they're not satisfied. They still, expect another trade, another move. It's supposed to come. There's been there's a lot of talks about Lakers trying to find trades, but there's been talks about, Lakers prioritizing wings, and then the next report is like, no, Lakers are prioritizing centers or whatever. Lakers know and are aware that they need a wing and a center, right? So my guess is that they eventually get both. I'd like to see them get at least one of them, now, right? And then pull off the other one around the trade deadline, right? Like, if you could get a Bruce Brown right now, go get Bruce Brown right now, and then figure out the center, or vice versa, right? Like, go get a center right now, and then go get the other piece later, right? Like, Valanciunas. If you could really go trade Gabe Vincent in 2 seconds for Valanciunas, even a Valanciunas, go get Valanciunas, right? Like, I'm fine with that. And then go get that, like I said, go get me that other dog. Just get me that guy out on the perimeter that can defend, get after it, do the dirty work, dive for loose balls, right? It's like why we love guys like Alex Caruso so much, because he's just a dog, right? Like, that guy will do everything out there on the basketball court. Now, people always just look at just the stats, right? And it's like Alex Caruso's averaging 5 points, 3 rebounds, and 2 assists. And every team in the league would trade a first-round pick for him right now, because he's that dog. Gets after it on the defensive side of things, hit shots, do whatever you need him to do. Do the dirty work, right? you got LeBron James, Anthony Davis, and Austin Reeves. Right? Austin Reeves at times is him, but it's just getting him to do it consistently. I still don't like Austin Reeves as like your third guy, but if that's what you're going to have him be, then fine. I still believe you can be a contender, right? You just have to get the right pieces around him. I think you need to move Dorian Finney Smith in the starting unit, get Jared Vanderbilt back, and then go get that guy that you can slot alongside Austin Reeves at the point or the two, either one, and let's go. Let's make it happen, right? But anyway, as always, this is a discussion. Pass question on you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. What do you think? How do you feel? What are your thoughts? Do you agree? Do you disagree? Kind of mixed in the middle. Again, however you feel, whatever your thoughts are, I love to hear it either way, so let me know down in the comments below. That being said, if you haven't liked this video, hit that like button. Helps me a lot. So we enjoy these types of videos, and I truly appreciate it. Not subscribe to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Turn on the bell notifications. Appreciate y'all. See you in the next one. Thank you.